All right, welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk about PFPs, NFTs, DAOs, and public goods. Um, yeah, you can see my screen, perfect. So yeah, we humans, we love to flex, we love to show off. Even years ago, hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, we love to show off to other people that we had something. Um, and here you can have an example of Cleopatra, Simon Bolivar, and even some North Korean guys showing off all the different badges that they have. And also in the new era, we're showing off brands, we're showing off cars and so on. And now we're showing profile pictures. We're showing off with CryptoPunks, with Bored Apes, and with Fidenzas, and with all these different pieces of art. And I find that super, super interesting. Here I put, this is the Octalysis framework by Yukai Shu, and basically this is a framework for gamification. And when I started to study a little bit more about profile pictures and the gamification behind of it, I found different elements that I want to share with you. Profile picture projects, they are super special because they actually have many gamification things around them. Like you have epic meaning, the owners might feel proud because of their ownership. Also accomplishment because you can show to other people that you can afford that a specific piece, or maybe you can show that you got in early. At the same time, there's a way of having social influence, because one of the things that I have realized is that people are not only collecting because of the art, but they're actually collecting because they want to belong somewhere. They want to have this sense of community and so on. Then there's another game mechanic, which is the unpredictability. Why? Is because when we're buying these PFPs and so on, and this series, we have all these different trades, all these different rarity scores, and so on. So it makes it kind of like a casino, if you think about it a little bit. Then you have the scarcity. And the scarcity is because you have this series of 10,000, 20,000, and so on. And then ownership is because actually you can prove to other people that you own it. And then there's another one, which is empowerment. And essentially is that these NFTs, now they're becoming keys for communities. They're becoming keys for different drops or for events or experiences. And another one is avoidance. Why? Is because a lot of these projects are actually building on top of them. So why avoidance? Is because like if you're not active, if you're not looking for it, basically you might miss out other drops that they do for those specific holders. And yeah, so this show clearly that PFPs are literally following the gamification frameworks by Yukai Shu. And all of this is powered by non-fungible tokens. And as we know, non-fungible tokens are those unique assets that live on chain, and that they could be any type of digital goods, but also they can represent physical goods as well. Jesse Walden says that NFTs make it possible to own digital media assets in the same way that you can own a digital currency asset like Bitcoin. There are many ways that people are using NFTs right now. For visual art, performance art, audio, digital art, timeless moments, certificate of authenticity, certificate of ownership, gaming, writings, and also like a certificate of land and so on. There's so many different ways that you can certificate or prove that you have done something. And what is exciting me the most right now is a proof of contribution and actually proof of doing good for humanity. Currently, there are many projects that have been doing a lot of good for humanity. One of them from Kevin Owocki at the Moonshot collective called the Moonshot Bots. They raised over $3 million, and all that money went to funding public goods. Then we have the Lobby Lobsters. The Lobsters, they raised over $4 million, and basically all that money is going to lobbying in the States for DeFi. Then we have other type of projects that are basically generative are like the geometry runners, and they raised over $3.4 million. But also we have seen projects that are not PFPs, but actually unique projects, unique NFTs. Like for example, the Carbon Drop that raised over $6.6 million for the Open Air Foundation. Then Snowden that raised over $5.5 million for the Freedom of the Press Foundation. And then Joycelyn Rowland that raised over $1 million for Los Angeles homeless. To me, this is super, super interesting. Why? It's because this value wasn't created before. And now, you know, creators can come and publish what they love, and not everyone needs to agree with them. Only one person needs to agree with them. And I find that super, super powerful, because before, we as humans, we were basically accepting what the governments will tell us has value. Why? Because they have guns. And now it's a group of people like us, like human beings, coming together and basically creating tokens, and that's you know, the rise of the ICOs. And now there's another abstraction layer on top of it, which is that humans now they can create and release their creations, and they don't need everyone to agree with them. They need only one person to agree with them, and that makes it valuable. And to me, that's power to the individuals. And I think that's actually what is going to give a lot of creators a lot of freedom. Okay, now let's talk about DAOs. What are DAOs? DAOs, for me, are magic internet organizations. And DAOs is a commitment to share value with a community, says Cooper Turley. Other people say multi-sig, multi-sig, multi-sig. But yeah, for me, DAOs is just a way for communities to share value between them. And there are many, many DAOs in the space. There are operating systems for DAOs, there are investment DAOs, there are protocol DAOs, grant DAOs, service DAOs, social DAOs, collectors DAOs, media DAOs, and I think we're going to see very, very soon more and more impact DAOs. So now let's talk about what is a public good. A public good refers to anything that is both non-excludable, non-rivalrous, which means that people can be bare access, and one person's use doesn't degrade another's. This is by Toby, who was before me here. There you go. And there are many organizations that are actually funding public goods, like Gitcoin that is funding open source, KlimaDAO that was also before, the Common Stack, Pleaser DAO that is also like supporting different causes that they care about, the Token Engineering Commons, Beta DAO, Nori, the Giving Block, Artris, and many, many more that are just burning. Yesterday, I did a workshop at the DAOs, and actually the workshop was in order for me to prepare this presentation today. And the questions that I was asking there was, what are the different type of ways that we're using for public funding? And here we talk about like the quadratic funding, conviction funding, which is accelerated by conviction voting, bonding curves, hybrid attacks, retroactive funding, airdrops, civil resistant mechanisms. I put the hybrid attacks twice. Then DAOs, because they are, they're creating a percentage that they're allocating to social good and so on. And then founding rounds, like the way that Gitcoin does it, that they do it every quarter. And then you have like these leaderboards, which creates kind of like a game mechanic there. And then you have protocols that are allocating a percentage to public goods. And now we have social signaling with NFTs. And I'm here to introduce you to Doing Good.
We are standing at the forefront of an evolution of creativity, technology, community, finance, and social consciousness. Blockchain technology has paved the way for NFTs, which have ignited the democratization of the creative space. This new era in the digital world is now open, transparent, and unstoppable. Global creators, curators, and collectors can meet on their own terms together with their communities. Introducing Doing Good, an ecosystem aiming to become a public good that prioritizes humanity, social impact, and creativity. At Doing Good, a wide range of NFTs can be hosted by a diverse community, from music to videos to photography to fine arts and even generative art. Doing Good is open to everyone. Anyone may list their own NFT release and can choose to list independently or can partner with galleries that feature curated collections. With each and every NFT sale, creators can stream money to social causes in a fully transparent manner. That means that each transaction on Doing Good connects creators, collectors, curators, and social causes to make the world a better place. Are you ready to make a difference and do good? Then join us and let's start doing good together.
All right, and yeah, so essentially what we're building at Doing Good is a protocol for creators, collectors, social causes to come together and support one another and become self-owned, self-sustained, and self-governed. And essentially support social good with every transaction in the primary market, but also in the secondary market. And the idea is to basically reward those are contributing to humanity and doing good for humanity. And yeah, that's basically what I wanted to show you today. Also, I wanted to invite you to reach out to me if you're building anything related to public funding. Also, scan the QR code and yeah, try to join us if you want to be part of this. Thank you so much.